all fire earth signs to your chakra reading. This is for Aries, Taurus, Sagittarius, Capricorn, and Leo, Virgo. Guys, first chakra reading of 2026. So let's get in here and see what's going on. Remember, chakras are about yourself and about how you balance yourself and help yourself before, right, throwing it out to the world. I will make sure to say that, I'm sure, again. I have been making sure that everybody knows that when we're doing this, understanding that a chakra reading is about self, not so much about those around us, right? So it's about how we're giving that energy to them. So this is about your acceptance. It's a beautiful card. Talking about that root chakra and the vitality, we do have the chakra up above, up here above the angels. And then, of course, the mat is also chakras. You might not be able to see it so well, though, on the table. That's why we have it on the wall. But also, let's get in there talking about, I love the root chakra. It keeps us grounded. It keeps us stable. It keeps our boundaries where our boundaries need to be. It keeps us in acceptance to ourself. It is located between the hips and your tailbone. And that's just, that's it right there. It's about how you're sitting on the ground, stabilizing yourself to your everyday life. Right, first chakra, everyday life. So the chakra in here, let's see what it says in the book. Going to the book here, acceptance. Innocence and inability to see one's gifts gifts are indicated, excuse me. To see one's gifts are indicated, as well as a protection of spirit guides. Good luck and an increase in self-esteem and confidence. Ooh, okay. The personal inquiry to this is, am I assuring myself accurately, or am I distorting my reality in a self-defeating way? Can I simplify and accept myself? Keywords are new ways of seeing yourself, embracing imperfection, feeling incomplete, and selling yourself short. Oh, selling yourself short. Let's see what the cards over here have to say. They have talking about the Kiwi, doing a walking meditation each day for the next week that will keep you balanced and stable. Milestone, hitting the milestone. Red again. Look at that, red again. Talking about that root chakra. I love the Kiwi, though, card because it has a lot of green in it, and it's talking about getting down to the heart of the matter. So anytime we see green, we know we're talking about that heart chakra, right? And we have the purpose chakra coming out over here. I know what I am here to do. And that is saying, I know, so therefore it's bringing in that crown chakra. I am opening to seeing both sides of the situation, empathy, bringing in that intuition. So putting yourself in the knowing. So are you accepting something that is not exactly where you could be? Selling yourself short. It's like you're worth so much more, but you've just given up and you're just like, this is what it's going to be. I can't figure out anything else. But you're at a milestone of finding the overall purpose. And I love the purpose card because remember, even though we're talking about a purpose card, that's also the star card, because the star card says, this is where my purpose is, where my legacy is. So are you selling yourself short to actually meet up with your legacy? It's almost like if you just step over a little bit, then it's almost like you and your higher self could glide into one. And it kind of reminds me of this as well. See how she's kind of outside of herself? It kind of just let's just say this is your higher self. It's like it's outside of itself. If she just moves over, then she will find the ultimate purpose. Maybe her ultimate purpose on this is like what I'm getting out of this card. And I know, but just take it for 1 second, guys. Okay, is like she's making pie, but she's worth so much more. She could freaking own that pie shop. You see what I'm saying? Like you're such a good pie maker. You don't need to just make pie for people. You should own that, right? Like you could do that on your own. You could make so much money and own your own pie shop, call it your own cherry pie factory or cheesecake factory. You know what I mean? Like, and really own that. And that's what it feels like. Like you're selling yourself short. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Let's just see what the tarot has to say. Because I'm so seeing this as like, whoa. Two of Wands, seeing the bigger picture. See, it's standing at an impasse as well. So the Two of Wands is an interesting card because it's like you could be standing at an impasse of knowing the bigger picture of where you're going and what direction it is. Because no matter what, it's about taking action into a direction. With the Queen of Pentacles, it's in reverse, so I'm keeping them where they to the sun. And I am going to keep the Queen of Pentacles in reverse because now we can see why. Because it would say, because I'm making a bigger decision to figure out where I'm going, but I'm not nurturing myself. I'm not empathetic enough to myself. I need to be more empathetic to myself. I need to give myself more courage, more strength, and not just accept whatever. I need to really push. And then with pushing brings the sun. So it says then, you know, I can turn that Queen of Pentacles in reverse. Look, you're already giving so much to everybody else around you, and it just feels like you're giving. See, she's giving pie to everyone. But she doesn't give anything back to herself. So you're just accepting that this is what it is. It can't get any better than this. But it's strange because you're actually standing outside of the milestone. The milestone is Four of Wands. So if you go through the Four of Wands, you see on the original card, just use your imagination, right? You see it. You guys know it. You've seen it. It's winning the race, right? The coming home card. But you're standing just before the ribbon, right? Just before hitting that ribbon to break it, right? To win that race. Okay. So you have not completed, but you know that there's a completion. You guys can do this. You're so freaking strong. King of Cups in reverse. Anything, like I said, I do reversals, guys. So for those of you who are new, I do reversals for a reason. They are meant for a reason. They were made that way from the dawn of time to be in reversals, and they're there for a reason. Yeah, I do get a little crabby about that because so many people won't read them in reversals, which means you're reading them wrong. I'm sorry. Unless you're intuitive, really intuitive enough to know that that's supposed to be a certain way, then that's fine. Otherwise, you're reading cards wrong. I've been reading cards for 40 years. It doesn't make me any better than anybody else, but I'm just telling you, I've been doing it this way for 40 years. King of Cups, Eight of Pentacles to the Queen of Swords in reverse. Someone's bitchy, moody, but I think it could be you because I think it's because you know you deep down inside you could do so much more. You could have somebody bitchy and moody around you, but I really do believe that right now the moodiness actually comes from yourself because you know you're accepting something that you could be so much more. If this is going to end up something that it's like, but I have to have money for that because I just heard it. Eight of Pentacles too. I had to walk away. I don't have the money for that. And I hear you guys. I hear you. You're like, but I can't do that. I don't have money for that. That's going to be a shitty point. That is going to be a shitty point, but you're going to have to work on that. You're going to have to figure that out. You're going to have to work with the universe and work with your higher self and yourself for that situation. Things don't just fall in your lap. I know. But they can in certain ways. If we start something. I know. You know what it is you're going to have to get a loan. I know. I hear you. Who the fuck wants a loan? If you really wanted that and you know that that's what it's supposed to be, then you're going to have to take a loan. You have to go to the bank and take a loan. You have to push yourself to the next milestone. you know what it is and you know what you need to do. If it's just love or something little, then you know what to, it'll be easier. I'm talking about for those of you who are like, this is, you have to have money for that. Well, you have to have a loan then. Oh my gosh, that's crazy. Money tree. Yeah. Because that's how you're going to get to your money tree. It's going to be a gamble. Oh, fuck. That's crazy. Yeah, it's going to be a gamble. That's for sure. And yeah, it's going to make you feel exhausted, but you either that or you're going to have to save a lot of money. And even if you do so, you're still going to have to save a lot of money to pay that loan off, right? For others of you, it's not as, it's not as complex. It's just about you really stepping into yourself to say, no, I am so much better than this. I'm leaving this fucking job because I'm worth more than that. You can't sit over here and I'm a pie maker. I know what I'm capable of doing. This job over here said that they would pay me such and such when I'm sitting over here, but maybe I'm comfortable. Are you really, though? You have to ask yourself, that comfortability that's talking to you. Can I just tell you guys 1 second here? The comfortability that you're feeling is the earth within you. I am Taurus. And I am also Leo rising. So I know for a fact, okay, that comfortability is hard to get away from. Because when you it's that acceptance of, right? But then somebody comes and tells you something, but then you have that, will I do this? You guys need to pick up that passion of that fire within yourself. I am Taurus, Leo rising. Okay, so I understand where you're coming from. You have this passion. Mine's just backwards, right? But it doesn't matter. I still hold these energies tight to, but you have to pick yourself up and say, no, I'm worth more. No, I've got this. Because a lot of times that's just all it is. It's just a comfortable zone. But then if you really keep looking at it because you know it's nagging you in the back of your mind, otherwise it wouldn't be in this reading if it's nagging you. Should I go make that $23 an hour to get this position? For some of you, it's even a position, and it's going to be weird, and I'm going to say it, but I hear it. For some of you, it's a position of like a management position that actually pays you a little bit lower to be in control of all these people, a little bit lower than what you're already dealing with. You'll say, okay, I make $21, but they want to hire me for this manager job, but I'm only going to make $19. But now I'm going to make a 401k. Now I'm going to make, you see what I'm saying? Think of the benefits. Maybe you have to drive a little bit longer. This is going to cost me more in gas. But are you holding yourself back? Okay, guys, let's get in here and get to your individual signs. You think about that. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just a card reader. Here to make you think, right? And sometimes feel. Okay, let's get in here. I'm going straight to, let's start with Leo, Virgo. Guardian angel, you're being pushed in the right direction. Trust your guardian angel. You know exactly what I'm talking about. You know exactly where you're being pushed. It's just about taking accountability. Whoa, that's a big word to all of a sudden just come out of nowhere. Accountability for your actions of where it is you truly want to be. Some of you actually, I see resources. Some of you actually are going to work with in a place of resource. Use wisely as needed. Right now, I'm not worried about what it says at the bottom. I'm looking at the words and I'm looking at what it says, okay? Because that's really what it is. Having foresight and the understanding of what's going on, feeling that it's actually going to bring you more independence, which you will love. Because it's going to bring you that more freedom, make you feel more free. That Leo in you is going to want that freedom. Okay, here we go. One tarot card for the beautiful Leo Virgo on their chakras, getting your chakras, yeah, all up in a row here. King of Swords. Head over heart. I love it. Because now it's going to say, because I'm not going to just really use my heart of what's going on within this situation. If I really use my head over heart, that means I can get into an analytical place of what's going on. Then your intuition will come in because you'll start feeling these emotions, and then the emotions can come out. I love that because that just brings in the pros and cons of the situation without having to worry about any, oh, but all my coworkers are there, or, oh, this is a place I've been forever, but they pay like shit and I'm really hurting. This is where you're going to find your ultimate passion. Finding that passion within yourself and bringing in these new opportunities and new doors, and you already know what it is. Now you're definitely going to step over that winning line for that milestone. Really bringing it home. Beautiful. Aries, Taurus. Winning. Wealth and public face. You're going to have to put yourself out there to where you can be seen. You know that you have to be seen a little bit more into the public. Your reputation is like on the line, but you know that. You know that you can be seen. You know that where things are, if you push it just a little bit, then your wealth will grow. You can network better. Something about networking when it comes to you. You have something that has to do with being in the face of a crowd. And not just a face in the crowd. You want to be the face in the crowd. There's a difference between, yeah, they were a face in the crowd. No, they're the face in a crowd. That means I'm winning. That means you acknowledge me. You know who I am. I'm standing on a pedestal. I'm earning that reputation. If you want to sell houses, you're going to have to go out there and get that billboard, aren't you? And stop fiddle farting around. Where's my billboard? I was accepting that I didn't have one, but now I'm starting to think, well, how come Larry has one? How come Bill has one? How come I don't have one? You might have to get a loan for one. But you know what? If it puts your face on a billboard and a face in the crowd, you win. See the point that I'm making? Ooh. What do we got? Oh. Tell me. Ooh, 2 cards. You got Judgment Call. You already know. You already know, and it's saying you already know exactly you know, and you already know what I'm talking about. I don't even need to say anything else. It literally says, answer the call. You know what I'm talking about. Because you already know. You're the High Priestess. You know how to get out there. You know how to do that. Just be poised. Look at that. Queen of Cups. You're just going to sit over here like a Queen of Cups and be poised. Look deep in your cup and say, yeah, because that's my star. That's my legacy. That's what I'm doing. Time will tell. Temperance. Through the moderation, time will tell. Okay. Sagittarius, Capricorn. Rocking and rolling. The movers and the shakers of the world. Let's see what you're doing. Adventure meets Earth. Let's see. Using wisdom. Insight into the nature of the physical objects gives you foresight. Use your best judgment. Same as the Judgment card. Sweet success on the road to the... I don't know, it's like the road of... Why? The first thing that I seen when I seen is Candyland. Okay, well, you win the game of Candyland. Follow the yellow brick road. Get what you want. You're going to have to go after, but you're going to use the wisdom, the foresight of the owl to get exactly where it is that you need to be. Remember, also, don't forget, guys, that you also have to become the Kiwi, right? To do walking meditation each day for the next week. That walking meditation is just you understanding what's going on around the situation and keep yourself calm so that way your intuition can open. Meditation helps, right? Just, you know, it helps your third eye open, right? It helps intuition open. That's also the same thing as just sit still, relax, and listen, right? And you can hear the voice of God. We hear it in every text. Five of Swords. Ooh. That's a mind game right there. Five of Swords, feeling that's self-sabotage. Remember, we're talking about ourselves. So unless you're actually allowing someone else to steal your swords and walk on you, which some of you could be, no matter what, that's still self-sabotage because you're allowing someone else to steal your glory. And you put yourself into an acceptance of, well, they always do that. No, fuck that. That's not how that works. You take up that welcome mat and you tell them, not today. Not today, Satan. That's not going to happen. And if it's you who's doing it in your own mind, you take up your own welcome mat and tell Satan to, go back to Hades where he belongs, right? Lovers. Just that passion, finding that passion within yourself to know where you're going. Don't think about what's going on in the past. Don't think about what it is that's going on around you and to why you've accepted things. You're overthinking, Capricorn. It's your Capricorn side coming in to overthink the situation. Look, because no matter what, your Capricorn side says, I don't trust you anyways. I don't trust that scenario. Oh, I don't trust myself. I don't know what's going on. You're overthinking the situation, guys. Allow the Sagittarius piece to come in to take over the situation. Yeah, I'm going to actually break yours in half because you're going to allow too much Capricorn energy to come in to disrupt the adventurous side of yourself. And those who are Capricorn Sagittarius, you're definitely going to be overthinking the situation because that's your sign is Cap, right? And those, of course, who are Sagittarius Cap, you're Sag with the Cap coming in, right? It's going to be a little bit different, right? So you will know, but no matter what the situation is, you're letting, I don't care if it's coming in or leaving, if that Capricorn is coming in or leaving, it doesn't matter to me because no matter what it's saying, you're allowing too much Capricorn energy to pull at you. You're fighting a losing game of not trusting in the situation, and this is your own situation. And that's where a lot of your chakras are imbalanced right now. And that's why the Two of Wands is here. Oh my gosh, I totally see it. That's where the indecision is coming. Oh, well, if I did this, oh God, that's gonna, whoa. And then your Sag is like, well, let's just do it and have some fun and get out there. But then you're like, Cap has to come in and ground everything again. Oh, wait, what if it goes wrong? You're going to have to figure out which way it's going to be, and you're going to have to throw it to the wind. You're just going to have to. Otherwise, you're not going to have the bright ideas that you're looking for. You're not going to get back into that place of passion. The place of passion is bright ideas. It's, looking at life from the adventurous side. And I know you want to be adventurous, but you want to be grounded. So, there's this place of inconsistencies. But right now, that's not the way it's going to work. It's saying it's going to have to be this way so that way you can not accept to just be stuck in this area. You guys got this. Okay? So just think of your pros and cons and then come back with your pros and cons. Once you're done with your pros and cons, give yourself a little bit of time before going over them. That way it'll let the ego mind rest a little bit, and then you can come back and say, oh, yeah, that's over. Yeah, that's too secure. Oh, geez, no, that's too crazy. You see what I'm saying? Then you'll feel more comfortable. That way it gives the mind time to settle down and then look at it from a different perspective. Overall message for the beautiful fire earth signs is, I am patient with the process of change and transformation while standing focused on my desired reality. Beautiful, guys. Beautiful. And I will see you in that next video. Take care.